Well, Derek Matyszak is a senior researcher at the Institute for Security Studies. He joins us now live from Harare. Thanks so much for speaking to us. Is opening a national dialogue what it will take here, or is there just too little trust in the government at this point?
Well, it's none of the two, really. The real problem is the economic problems in the country. The populace are facing very severe economic hardships. Their standard of living have plummeted, and the fuel price increase was really the last straw, which caused people to come on the streets in anger. The opposition party, who have long been calling for dialogue, they don't really have any solutions to the economic problems either. However, if Mnangagwa brings them into a dialogue, it will at least take some pressure off his administration, where it can look like the opposition and government are working together to try and resolve the economic problems.
And as for the economic problems, there are so many investors who've been waiting for decades to get into Zimbabwe. The country has an educated workforce. Much of its very successful diaspora would actually like to return home. There are natural resources as well to develop. Why can't Mnangagwa open the doors and let the economy grow?
Well, the prospects for investment in Zimbabwe have been somewhat exaggerated. There aren't really the abundant mineral resources that government keeps on touting. But the real difficulty is the fact that government has expanded the money supply so vastly. They've put billions of dollars of electronic money into the system. So US dollars are very hard to come by. And any investor coming into the country wants to know how they can get their money out. Capital requires an exit. They need to be able to repatriate their profits. And there's no clear way as to how that can be done in the current economic configuration. So investors are standing back, waiting for this economic malaise to sort itself out before coming into the country.
Well, South Africa, who actually just denied Zimbabwe's requested loan, is now asking the international community, just at Davos just now, to drop sanctions on Zimbabwe. Do you think that's helpful?
The sanctions issue has always been a bit of a red herring. Zimbabwe's economic problems are not really related to sanctions. The sanctions from the United States, for example, really involve a bar on funding coming from the international financial institutions. But Zimbabwe has never really been able to access that funding in any event because they are in arrears. They are in debt arrears with the international financial institutions. And the rules of those IFIs are that they cannot secure fresh loans until they pay back their arrears. So there's a problem there as well.
Okay.
So Zimbabwe needs to secure funding to pay back those arrears first.
I mean, Derek, is there any kind of magic bullet here that could really somehow jumpstart the economy and get things on a more solid track for Zimbabwe finally?
There's not really any immediate solution in the short term. What will happen is that the economy will slowly re-dollarize and then try and pull itself out of this morass in that manner.
Okay. Derek, we're going to have to leave it there. Thanks so much for joining us from Harare.